fuck you think you talking to, man? This ain't nutso. This ain't that dope head on the roof taking orders from you. This ain't your same little brother following behind you trying to go outside. You ain't the motherfucking man no more. I'm the one. Shit has changed. It's a new day, bruh. You can't clean up your act. I suggest you raise the fuck up. Get the hell out of Dodge.
You never know what tomorrow holds. You know, unfortunately, I'm not one of those ones that took that jab, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't take that motherfucking jab, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going through what they're going through. Like, my shit ain't blood clotting me from the fucking feet up. You know what I'm saying? From the feet up. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they can't put no fucking fluid in me, dog. Like, I'm not on that point. I didn't take that shot.
Well, this is a great business for insurance companies. And in 2021, the whole industry experienced 40% excess death in ages 25 through 64. The millennials 25 through 44 were hard hit, particularly. The group life policyholders generally die at 1/3 the rate of the general U.S. population in any given year. And in 2021, I just said they had 40% excess death. The general U.S. population had 32% excess death.
Well, it seems like, tell us about some of these unexpected sudden deaths. It seems like there are a lot of them. I mean, just from a Google search, you can find like a lot of 12, 14, 16, 18-year-olds that are just dropping dead suddenly. Tell us more.
Right. And in my book, I talk about sudden death, and we look at the sudden deaths of athletes, which, you know, did it happen before 21? It did. There was a study in 2006 by the Lausanne Institute in Switzerland that showed over the course of 38 years, they found 1,101 sudden athletic deaths, which is about 29 a year globally. We'd be lucky to have a month with just 29 since 2021. In my book alone, there's hundreds and hundreds of examples. So something's changed. I obviously blame the vaccine because that's what's changed and mandates. And, you know, the naysayers will tell me it's COVID, long COVID. Well, if that's the case, why did it not affect the young in 2020? And so we have a health problem, a national health crisis, and at the very least, it should be examined and discussed openly. Unfortunately, the vaccine is a taboo subject, and it's not allowed to be discussed in the mainstream media or pretty much anywhere near health authorities. So this is a problem that needs to be reckoned with. We need a national discussion about it. And, you know, if I'm proven wrong, that's great. But unfortunately, on Wall Street, when we see statistics like this, and trend changes like this, we become quite alarmed. And that's what I do for a living.
Yeah, it gets your attention. And I want to remind people that you're not a medical doctor, but you've done a lot of research on this for your book. So what did medical professionals speculate is the probable cause of all these sudden deaths? Do they agree with you?
Well, it depends on where you fall down on the issue. Obviously, the frontline doctors who were vilified early on, who identified the vaccine issues, like Peter McCullough, Dr. Malone, and others, agree with me. The excuses I've heard from many medical professionals is, well, there's suicides, Ed. There's drug and fentanyl overdoses and missed cancer screening appointments. Well, let's take a look at what happened in the third quarter of 2021. The millennial group, according to the Society of Actuaries, that's ages 25 through 44, experienced into the third quarter a rise from about 30% excess mortality to 84%. Very sudden, rapid change. So I call that an event. I call that the mandate event in the fall of 2021. And to say that Fortune 500 and mid-sized company employees had a suicide pact doesn't make any sense to me. To get your claim, you have to keep your job. Fentanyl users and heroin users don't stay employed very long, and it's also suspicious they decided to overdose in the same quarter. And then the missed cancer screening appointments doesn't make any sense. I'm 56, never had one. It's something that young folks don't tend to do. So this is, and for all three to have occurred simultaneously is nearly impossible. So there is an event that occurred in 2021. If the doctors can explain that to me, we had already gone from the original Wuhan variant to Delta, and Delta didn't seem to do this damage in the summer, and Delta was all over the place in the summer. So somebody needs to investigate this. I have my definitive conclusion. In my estimation, it's the vaccine.
point. I didn't take that shot shit. As soon as I heard that shit, I was like, no, thank you. Like, Myrna who? Johnson and who? I don't give a fuck if it did say Johnson and Johnson. I'm straight from the old school where nigga had the Johnson and Johnson lotion down to the motherfucking powder. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what that shit said to sound kid friendly. I was like, fuck that shit. Then look what we found out. That shit blood clotting out people from the motherfucking ground up, dog. When I heard that shit broke my motherfucking heart. Cause you had people out here really selling that shit like that shit was like, it was really like, hey, go get this shot. We can motherfucking put your name amongst the lottery to win $1 million. You know how many people signed up for that shit? Really voluntary, say, hey, kill me, I'm ready to go. I don't know no better, I just want to feel safe. That's fucked up. That's fucked up to me, that's fucked up to you, that's fucked up to your grandma, dog. Fucking fast stop, man. Hey, Big Pollo, the fast stop, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Damn, man, Pollo out of here. Good. Big Codeine, the fast start up here, man.